Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Mariam?
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, Alhamdulillah. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good too. So the topic which I have chosen to discuss today, it will be very soon available on your screen. Yes. But the topic which I have chosen to discuss today is the motivation and the motivation theory. And that is very much important when you are working in an environment where the people from the different language or the different culture groups are working, and you have to develop a kind of liaison with them. Who motivate you to join the organization? Who motivates you to work so consistently? Why do you do not prefer to switch? What are the factors? What are the external factors somehow which motivates you to work so consistently in an organization for more than 5 to 10 years? So let's discuss the motivation series with reference to the people who just refer this series. Number one, what motivation means to you. For me, motivation is something that helps me to fulfill my desire. That is my personal definition. Mariam, what does motivation mean to you? Why you are studying? What motivates you? Why you are taking the online classes? What are the factors which help you or persuaded you to join and continue your studies? What are those factors? Will you please elaborate me?
For me, the motivation to study is to gain knowledge. I want more and more knowledge of a different field. That is
Hmm.
one thing. Another one is to gain certificates,
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Okay.
to be recognized as a graduate, postgraduate.
Okay.
That is my aim.
That's a good thing. Okay, Mariam, answer me a very simplest question which I ask from my students normally in physical classes. What do you think? Degree is more important or the knowledge? What is the more important
Knowledge
thing?
is more important.
So do you think that
Knowledge
what
is more important because it
knowledge
will,
is
yes.
exactly? So while taking the degrees, you cannot justify your degrees. It is you only who will speak for that. Like if you have another 10 to 20 piece of papers in the form of degrees, so degrees will not speak for Mariam. It is Mariam who will justify, like, I did this course, so this was the motivation, this was the factor, and now I have this much learning. Like you can be the jack of all, you can be the jack of all trades, but you cannot masters of everything. This is something. Anyhow,
Correct.
those people who get motivated by everything, they are the crap ones. So motivation is the root motive, the things which help you to achieve your aim. When you grow up in the adolescence to the age of puberty and later on in your growing up or when you get more mature, there are the different phases in life, bete, which motivate us to achieve to settle our goals. So motivation is a root motive as something need or desire. With reference to some psychologist, Sigmund Freud, bete, he once said that there are the three phases in the life of person. Number one is the id, number two is the ego, third one is the superego. He says that id is a desire. I need and I need it now. If at the age of 70 to 25 years old, if you think that you need to be a doctor and that is the final thing, if you won't be a doctor, if you won't be a manager or if you won't be any kind of join any company or engineer, the life will be ended for you. The second one is the superego, which have some religious factors. The number third one is ego, which maintains the ego and the which maintains it and the superego. So I believe that everyone should have an id in itself. It is an id which stimulates your desire or a need that causes person to act. If I won't have any id, if I won't have any instinctive features or desires, so I won't get myself motivated to do that thing. While motivate is defined as the object influence a choice or prompting the action. So how would you define this line? The object influencing a choice or prompting an action. What are those objects which are influencing you to adopt them? Although you are not in a mood, you don't have any goal, you don't have any aim to achieve that thing. Sometimes we get motivated by the personality of some person to join the profession. Sometimes we don't like politics, but we like politics because of the political leader, because his tenure or her tenures or his political doctrine matches with our doctrine. So that is the reason we get motivated and begin to like or follow that person. So that is a thing, that the object which is influencing on your choice, that thing motivates you, and you can apply this on the different fields of life. There are several and common themes among the motivation definition, bete. Number one is that some actions or behavior towards goals. What kind of an action you have adopted in achieving your aim? What are the individual and environmental antecedent factors that cause actions? What are the goal itself? What is the feedback you are acting as a moderator which can influence the intensity of achieving the goal? So here it is that motivation is basically drive on the basis of these three things: your action and behavior. Number two, your environment, either that is supporting you or that is motivating you. Number three, what is the goal? Either it is achievable, it is just a daydream. Number four, as a moderator, have you ever observed that this thing will suit you? So this kind of an intensity of achieving your goal helps to motivate you. Another good definition: an understanding of the complexities of contemporary organization and how individuals differing motivation influence need actions and goals that fully comprehend the effect of variations in other factors such as leadership style, job design, salary as they relate to performance, satisfaction, other outcomes. I am working as a lecturer in an organization. What motivates me to become a lecturer? Previously, when I was child, I wanted to become a lawyer because my father was a motivation for me. The way he stood, the way he used to deliver, his everything was a kind of motivation. But as I grew up, I see around my society that people prefer those girls or boys who become doctors. So my intentions and motivation suddenly divert, because when I saw a doctor, he was just injecting a poor child, and the child was crying. So I thought that I must help the humanity by becoming a doctor. But when I fail in achieving my goal, then I didn't move into the depression. What I did, I shifted towards the journalism. I wanted, no, later on at my puberty, I wanted to become a journalist. I practiced journalism, but suddenly I realized from my inside that I can speak so good. It is my intention, or it is something which I think of myself. You can diversify with this. I think that I have a strong communication skills. I can motivate a person. I can communicate to the larger group of the people. So suddenly I transfer my intentions from being a journalist to a lecturer. So these are the factors, Mariam. Definitely, there were the different phases in your life in which you wanted to adopt some profession because of the inspiration was your father, your mother, or maybe some other person whom you like. But with the changing phases of the life, your intentions and motivation changes too. You can join a company on the basis of leadership style, on the basis of the job design. If it is according to your demand, you can join an organization if their salary is attractive or lucrative. Secondly, you can join an organization because they are focusing on your performance rather than on your overall personality. You are satisfied there because you think that this job is good for the women, and there are some other outcomes which you may contrary deal also deal with. Now, what is the motivation? The popular definition. Still, we are on the slide 4, and we are dealing with the motivation uh, definitions. Willingness to perform, regarded as an individual level attitude, understood to be affected by leadership. Maybe nothing more than an internal attribution when observed behavior is consistent or inconsistent with organization expected. So they are saying that there are the three factors which helps to motivate and be motivated. Number one is willingness to perform. Number two, you are regarded as an individual. Number three, you are understood that you can be affected by the leadership. So motivation is also a psychological process. It is not only a social process with it. It is a psychological process that cause that arousal, direction, and persistence of voluntarily actions are goal directed. Motivation means that when you are psychologically having a strong nerve, you know that persistently your actions can support your intentions, then it means your goals are genuine and you can achieve them. Implication associated with this definition. So behavior is purposive rather than random. Behavior is something which depends upon the society. But if you are a very shy and if you join some advertising company or a company where the people are more patriarchal or dominated by the male society or the male members, so your behavior will define you and your actions. Sometimes your behavior is purposive, that this kind of behavior is the requirement in this organization rather than random. Like I am working in an environment where there is no harassment. We have large number of large strength of women employees there. So my behavior is random. I can behave the way I wanted to be. But when I was shifted to an office where there was number of male members sitting around me, so my behavior suddenly shifted from random to a purposive, that I have to be choose this direction to deal with the people. So that in the same way, in an organization, you have to develop or change your behavior according to the situation. Motivation arouses people to do something. Motivation doesn't come purposefully. It comes unintentionally. Children need and want to do something, so they get motivated by their own. Once I read somewhere, and I have practiced it, that no one can motivate you in the world except you yourself. If you wanted to do something, motivate yourself. No external force can motivate you to do something. People are unlikely to change a behavior or do something different unless they are motivated to do so. Understand? Mariam, look at these lines. People are unlikely to change a behavior. People do not prefer to change the behavior. But when they think something different, unusual, so then they motivate themselves to do so. Motivation causes people to focus on a desired end result or goal. So motivation always cause the people to focus on a desired goals. It is a motivation that fuels the persistence need to exhibit sustained effort on a task. If you are motivated, so you will be fueled by your own emotions persistently that you need to execute the action. Okay, bete, are you familiar with the story of a tortoise and rabbit? So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
study with Sarah. So what was the motivation behind the rabbit? That I am a fast runner, I will win the race. Fine. So
Yes.
let me take a rest little, and after few minutes I will start running again. He was demotivated not by some external force, but by his own will. He slept under the shade of tree. What was the motivation for the tortoise to keep steadily walking on? Was there any third person
Correct.
in the story? No. It was the tortoise himself that motivates that, like, there should be no comma or full stop in life. One must continue walking and walking and doing something unless achieving the goal. So this is the moral of the story. I always say my students that there are the two ways of living the life: the tortoise doctrine or the rabbit doctrine. If you think that you can do something by demoralizing others or demoralizing yourself, you can achieve nothing. So always adopt the tortoise school of thought. And the people who having the tortoise school of thought always achieve their goals. Now move towards the motivation theory. So these are very important. In the next lecture, beta, inshallah, I shall tell you that what are the indicative points. And now the next, how would you prepare your assignment? Because I read in detail about the preparing of an assignment and how you would use some model verbs. And in the next lecture, in the first half, we will discuss all those things. And then the next assignment which you will prepare, that will be according to the given direction. Now, the first theory
Okay.
under the motivation theory is the content theory. Better read it yourself. Even I am reading, then we shall have a discussion on it. Yes.
Ma'am, it is like what a person needs It's about that.
Hmm.
Like what factors um, uh, they want it for themselves. What the factors motivate them to do the particular thing.
Okay.
It's
What are the
yeah, it's like
factors which are forcing Mariam to take the lectures and continues her studies? Because it is your energy, your direct
yes,
approach, your sustainability, persistent sustainability, and your behavior. That all these factors are helping you to achieve your goals. Okay, so no
yes.
one can help you to achieve something. Definitely, people will have a negativity. You will find so many negative vibes around you because people never see the success of another person. So, what you do, that either you need the satisfaction of you or satisfaction of others. Definitely, the satisfaction of ourselves is more important than the satisfaction of others. So, one must have an awareness and the differences, that what the difference I have with the other people. Why other people are having differentiation with me and them. So these are the factors that help them to get more motivated. Content theory. Number two is the process theory. Now read the this.
It's like other factors which are motivating you to do that thing. It's
Right.
about that.
Yes, it is.
It's giving you an energy. It's giving you a direction. What it's about
Exactly.
the other factors.
Exactly, but exactly. So look at here. Process theory describe and analyze how behavior is energized, directed, sustained, and stopped. Now, initially in the content theory, bete, it was you who have to develop a kind of your energy, your direct approaches, and sustainability. Now, it is the process that would help you in energizing yourself. Suppose every person is against your studies, every person is against your job, and every person is creating hurdles. So how would you sustain? It will be only you who will fight with all those processes who are against you. Understand? And that's factors.
Correct.
Okay. So this was the process theory. So here it is, content theory. Within a person, individual and need deficiencies activate tensions that trigger a behavioral response. There are so many upheavals in our personality too. So that changes or that triggered a behavioral responses. What are those triggered behaviors? Number one, determine which needs trigger perform a group and personal behavior. You have to determine in yourself that what are those factors which can affect your performance, group behavior, and the personal behavior. Number two, offer meaningful rewards to satisfy needs. What kind of a reward? While working in an organization, sometimes I feel so much stress and depression. What I do in that phases, I remain quiet. I drink lot of water, and I begin to talk to myself that in these negative negativity, how would I have to deal with the people? So no one can motivate me except my own self. Number third, know when it is appropriate to offer reward. You usually give rewards to your group or even to yourself. Like I am heading over the 50 over 37 people. What I do, that if I when I see that one of my employee is feeling so low, I give her a reward, like a cup of tea. I offer her some soft drink. I offer her some food. So what it this kind of a reward help my team to work so enthusiastically. So it is you to decide that what are those factors or are those environments or those behavior in which I have to give a offer or reward to my team. Adopt to people changing needs. You have to adapt yourself according to the people needs. If people are in a happy mood, definitely you will adapt yourself according to their mood. So we are a social animal. We cannot cut ourselves from the society. So while working in an organization, bete, you have to adapt yourself according to the needs of people. As we have discussed once, the Maslow needs hierarchy. So it is once more, what is the Maslow hierarchy? He says that there are the five kinds of a need of a person. Number one is the physiological need. Number two is the safety and security need. Then love and belonging need. Then he says self-esteem, and then the self-actualization. In the psychological needs, our basic need is food, shelter, water. Next, after having the food, shelter, water, we need the permanent resources from where we can get the food, shelter, and water and clothing. When we have gotten a security of the our basic need, then we begin to develop relationship. Because we know we have enough food, we have permanent resource of living, we permanent resource of job. Now we develop a kind of relationship with the people. It can be friendship, it can be marriage, it can be love or whatsoever. Then, when we have developed a relationship, we have the security, safety, and the psychological needs are completed. Then, better we move toward the self-esteem. Self-esteem means that now we are getting achieved. We have achieved. We are more confident. We expect respect from others. And the last is self-actualization. Now we have realized that what this life is meant for, what we have sent, why we have sent into this world, what is my goal, and now moving, I am running on that track to achieve my goal. So these are the 5 needs are very important if you want to live a very happy and satisfactory life. Aldelfer ERG theory. Alpha Aldelfer ERG theory depends upon existence, relatedness, and growth. Existence. While existing in this world, you have to need food, water, air, prey, and working conditions. Relatedness, that when you have all the basic needs, then you need some relationship. So you can satisfy yourself socially, emotionally, physically, psychologically. Growth. Every person is in a need of growth. You know better one thing, remember one thing, that the stagnant water is always very slithy. So one should be a running water. So needs growth satisfied by the creative contribution. Hertzberg's two-factor theory. So Hertzberg say that there are the views on job satisfaction. Number one, extrinsic condition. Extrinsic means external. Job context including pay, status, working condition. Mariam, what would be your choice if I give you an option that there is a job, go there, drop your CV and join job? What are the 2 or 3 things which you will see before joining that job? Definitely you will see.
I will see that.
Hmm, see.
Yes, I will first check whether is related to what qualification I have acquired.
Hmm,
Is it matching to that?
hmm,
Whether having the knowledge of that thing,
hmm,
uh, that job or not. And then I will see the pay scale also, how much they are offering me,
hmm,
and the location as well. Uh,
hmm.
Location also
Exactly.
I will see.
So while joining the things or joining the job, so these are the external factors. What are the intrinsic conditions? You will see that either this job will satisfy your needs, either this job is your requirement, or you need a job of 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. Either your responsibility will be covered if you get this job. So these are the intrinsic conditions which help you to join a job. Hertzberg two-factor theory also based on the hygienic factors. Work conditions related to satisfaction caused by that discomforts of it. If you see that there are so much harassment or you have listened about them, what are the factors which can which can disturb you, which can develop a fear in you, which can contribute to absence of complaints. So this is the hygienic factor. What are the motivators that do not satisfy the job? Number one, no satisfaction jobs that do not offer achievement, recognition, stimulation, work responsibility, and advancement. Mariam, once I worked as a radio jockey, once I worked as writing and for a newspaper, once I worked as an announcer, but that was not recognized me. I did not get any recognition because of they were the petty job. I worked as a CSR in a customer service center. I did not get recognition because they were not satisfying me. But when I began to work as a lecturer in a university, I got satisfaction because that was making my achievement. Now I am a PhD scholar. That I was stimulating and giving the best performance, and it was also covering my responsibility with a very lucrative salary. So these are the things that was the motivation is more important Because when you get satisfaction from after 9 to 4 work, it means that the job was that you are happy on a job. But after few hours, when if you feel tired, you get bored, or you do not want to go to the office next day, it means that you are not happy with the job. Herzberg motivator hygienic model. Motivational factor. There are the two motivational factor, bete. Number one is job enrichment. If you are getting more and more competition, like if you have been appointed as a line manager, and after achieving the goals, you can be appointed as a general manager. So it means that it is a job enrichment. You have opportunities to shift or get promoted, leads to superior performance and efforts. Your efforts and performance will be evaluated on the basis of your good responses. So that will motivate you to work more in an organization. What are the hygienic factors in an organization? Dissatisfaction factors are job with a poor company policies, administration, technical supervision, salary, interpersonal relationship. These are the factors that can make a job unresponsive or unattended by the candidates. What are the satisfaction? Like if you are having the job with the good company policies about the administration, about technical supervision, salaries, interpersonal relationships, supervisors, and working conditions. So this is how it makes your job more satisfactory. Macklin's need theory. Now read this bit.
It's about the goal. Uh, uh, you find it like it is you want to achieve that goal, which will how to explain. I think it's main is the goal, and the person want to achieve it and show his or
Someone, okay.
her ability that he can do it.
Mariam, when I was studying in grade, in my master's, someone around me said that one day you will not get the job. You will stay in the street. Definitely that lady was against me. That was something that motivated me to achieve something in life. There are so many things. While delivering lectures, I become so personal because I believe that the real life examples help me a lot to make my words at that satisfactory level. So, Mariam, definitely in your life, there would be a lot of people who would point it at you that you can't achieve that thing. So, when you need to achieve something, you have to be little demotivated, demoralized, or even be dissatisfied with your present situation. That will help you to excel and accomplish that even be so difficult. Have you read the story Try Again?
Which one, ma'am?
The story Try Again, in which an aunt was trying to climbing up the tree, climbing up the wall, but fall. She did it 9 times. That whenever the aunt tried to climb the wall, it fell. But at the 10th attempt, the aunt successfully climbed the wall and passed the hurdles. What is the motivation? The motivation means that someone say that I can't do it, but I can do it. So little demotivation is very much important to have in life to achieve some goals. Did you understand what I say?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Okay. Task of moderate ability that they can achieve means that situation in which your performance is due to your own effort. There are the different situation in which you perform so well because that environment was in your favor. I have seen that during the corona year, the whole world was sitting at home, but there were few people who were working online, and uh, they earned dollars because they did not sit idle during the corona year. So it means that situation never get adverse. It is you who make the situation adverse for you. More feedback on their success and failure than low achievers. So you must give more feedback, or you must learn from your good achievement rather than your failures. Maximum need theory means that need for affiliation. Desire to spend time in social relationship and activities. You must need power or desire to influence, coach, teach, or encourage others to achieve. Causes of job satisfaction. Now, bete Mariam, tell me what are the causes that can help you to satisfy with your job?
How interested is my work.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, then the environment, like
Hmm.
whether it is a friendly, people are
Hmm.
friendly or not.
Exactly.
That is the
Very good. Very good. Discrepancies mean satisfaction is determined by the extent to which an individual receives what he or she expects from a job. Discrepancies means that you are getting what you desired that you would have. If you would have this job, you will get more out of it. Value and attainment, satisfaction results from the extent to which a job allows fulfillment of one's work value. If you are working as a manager, then your responsibilities and JDs must be according to the managerial level. If you are doing the same clerical work, so your job is not the value of that. If you have studied, if you have achieved a very high degree and you are working as a very common clerical job, so that is not of your status. Your task must be according to your requirement, your job requirement. Equity. Satisfaction is function of how fairly an individual is treated at work. Equity means that how your company is treating you, being appointed as an HOD or appointed as a manager in your organization. What are the trait or genetic components? Satisfaction is partially a function of personal traits and genetic factors. Like satisfaction comes with your own traits, like either you are always a problem creator or you are always a very happy person and you will get satisfied so soon. If you are a problem or conflict creator, it means that no one can satisfy you. If you have any question today, bete, you may ask.
no, ma'am. Everything is clear, ma'am.
Everything is clear. Inshallah, I will see you on Sunday, inshallah, at the same time, 8:35. Okay, bete. Take
Inshallah,
care.
ma'am.
Take
Ma'am,
care.
one thing is there about the task. You asked us to do the assignment.
Hmm.
The first question, I have completed almost. I have designed the structure also. I just want to ask you, how many structure do I have to define? Like I have done up till now, I have done one. So is it that five or six I have to do?
No, just
Uh,
discuss two structures because on the Sunday lectures I shall discuss you about the interactive task, about the merits and about the excellent task and about the very common task. Then we shall discuss that either you are completing your assignment about a passing task, merit task or excellent task.
okay, no problem, ma'am.
Okay, okay, bete. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.